Well, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Hey, real quick, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for this video. Hey, today I wanted to talk about Tacoma maintenance. You guys can see the Tacoma's sitting up back there. It's all ready for some maintenance, but we're not going to do that today. But what I was thinking about is the oil change. You know, I've got in my own approximation an oil change coming up that I'm going to do well below the 10,000 miles that Toyota suggests for the first oil change. So I was thinking, do I want to do that myself or do I take it into a dealership? You know, so I went out and I actually found a coupon, however you say that, for an oil change. It's $54.95. Now, in comparing my costs, because I went out and looked up similar supplies, if you will, oil and a filter, really, it wouldn't include the tools and things like that you would have to buy if you don't already have. So keep that in mind. You're going to need an oil filter wrench of some kind, a funnel, an oil pan, some rags, you know, the typical stuff, as well as maybe some of the other consumables that you may or may not have. So we're specifically looking at oil and an oil filter. So what does this include? $54.95. What are they going to do? It says right here they'll replace the oil filter. Now I'm assuming that's the paper filter along with the two gaskets that go underneath. They will change the engine oil up to 5 quarts. Now that's a little concerning for me, and we'll get to why in just a minute, but the Tacoma is rated at 6.1 or 6.2 quarts. So I'm not sure where that other quart is coming from. They'll check and top off the fluid levels. That would be your windshield wiper fluid, brake fluid, coolant, none of which you should need any of except the windshield wiper fluid unless you have a problem, because the truck shouldn't be using any of those other fluids, but they'll check and top them off if they have to. Free tire rotation. Ooh, this is a big one. Free tire rotation. Again, we're assuming you already have the tools and stuff for this. Otherwise, you're going to have another cost because you might have to go out and buy a floor jack if you don't want to screw with a bottle jack. We'll get into that in just a minute. And then a multi-point inspection. Means they're just going to look around, check the tires for tread wear, windshield wiper blades, air filter, cabin filter, all that kind of stuff, all of which they're going to want to charge you more for, or sell you more rather. So it's not really that they're doing that out of the goodness of their heart. They're doing it to get more sales if they can find something that you need to have replaced. So those are the things they're going to do. Now, their note at the bottom here, and remember, it's $54.95, and that is for synthetic oil. Their note at the bottom says plus, tax, and shop supplies. Now, I'm guessing that part of those shop supplies is going to be that extra oil. You know, you're going to need another quart of oil. So, I don't know. I checked prices at Walmart. Why not? I checked prices at Walmart for the oil filter and the oil itself. The oil filter I chose was a Fram oil filter, for lack of any other one. I didn't go to the most expensive one. Matter of fact, I probably chose the least expensive one. $5.63. Just a simple paper filter with the rubber gaskets. And then Mobil One Synthetic. Again, it's not the cheapest oil out there, but just as a brand that I know. For a 5-gallon container, $22.88. Now, you're going to need another quart, so you're going to have to probably add, I don't know, another $7, $8 to that price. But we're comparing apples to apples. In Toyota's price, they're giving you 5 quarts. So my total is $28.51. That's what it would cost me to do it instead of taking it into the dealership. The difference between the two, and this is the cost that you have to consider. This is the cost that you have to say, is it worth it to me? Because you're going to pay the $28.51 to do it no matter what. So the difference is $26.44. So, is it worth it? Is it worth it to take it into the dealer to save yourself $26.44. Again, keeping in mind that you're going to have some extra costs if you don't already have the equipment and the tools that you need to do it. The oil pan, the filter wrench, some rags, who knows, miscellaneous other liquids. If you need to refill anything, you're going to have to buy that as well. Chances are you're not going to use it all, or you have a really big problem. So you can spread it out, but that cost of you doing it yourself is actually going to be a little bit higher. Now, the other thing to consider, the tire rotation. I don't know who of you guys out there or gals have rotated tires before, but it's a pain. Now, there's two ways to do it. One, you can put your truck up on jack stands so that it's completely off the ground, all the tires are off the ground. You just go around and rotate the tires. That's the most efficient way to do it. That means you got to have jack stands, or you got to go buy those too. Your cost just went up a little bit higher. I personally don't have jack stands, nor do I have any interest in getting any, really. So what I would do is jack the truck up, take the spare off, and swap out the spare with the tire that's going to stay on the truck for rotation purposes, and do that all the way around the truck. Now, that's going to be a bear. I've done that before, and I got to tell you, it is no fun. No fun. After you get through the second tire and you're halfway done, you realize how much fun it is not, right? And it's hot here. I'm sitting out here sweating to death right now. That's why I keep wiping my face. I can only imagine what it would be if I was muscling those now bigger tires and wheels off of that Tacoma up there. So you got to consider that. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to put the time and the muscle into doing it? While I'm talking about time, and this is always a big point of contention every time I mention this on the channel, I never can get out of a dealer in less than an hour and a half, depending on what I'm having done, sometimes a lot more. That's for an oil change, right? I've had people tell me, I take my truck to the dealer, I'm out of there in half an hour. I don't even know how they can get it up and get everything draining and switch the tires and everything else in a half an hour. Maybe you're getting out in a half an hour because it's not doing anything. I don't know. An hour and a half. Now, it's going to take you, my guess, if you're like me, it's probably going to take you much more than an hour and a half to go ahead and do all that service yourself. Probably more like 2 to 3 hours, somewhere in that range. That's what it would take me. Now, I've seen a lot and heard a lot of why it takes the dealer so long to do that. They claim, from everything that I've heard, it's because once they take that plug out on the bottom to get that oil draining, they want to let it sit and drain for a while, right? I mean, it's not like water where you just pour it out and it's gone. It's oil. It takes a while for it to all drain out, right? So if you've done it before, then you know what I'm talking about. You get down to that last bit, you just have that thin line of oil that just keeps going and going and going. And they leave it sit up there so that they can let that drain for a while. I'm sure there's some period of time that's specified. Now, in all fairness, they could be going around the truck and getting the tires rotated and all that stuff while that's going on, and then get back and finish up the oil change. That's what I would hope they do. Doesn't seem like it. Do we really have to do that? You know, as far as I'm concerned, we can skip that part, you know. Go ahead and do the tire, the wheel change and all that stuff, and then let's put that plug back in there and finish the job. I mean, how much longer does it take to dump some oil in, you know? Not very long. I would rather they just skip that last part and not let it sit and drain for quite so long, but that's me. I know there's a lot of people out there that have a problem with mixing the old oil, even though it's minute, and you're never going to get it all out. I mean, come on. There's crevices and things in there. You're always going to be mixing the new oil with the old oil to some extent. It's not probably going to be a whole lot. Matter of fact, I can tell you it's not going to be a whole lot, but it's always going to happen. Anyway, I just wanted to go through. I did get this coupon. You guys can see it's got my scribblings on it, but this coupon came from my Toyota dealership. I'm sure you can go out there, search yourself. You get coupons in the mail too, and come up with one that you can use. Anyway, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Is it worth it? $26.44. Is it worth it to do it yourself? I don't know. I don't know if I'll be doing it myself. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.